carry now for Jordan Howard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. This is Howard on 2nd down. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Left, 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 left.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They pitch out to Howard. Runs through the contact. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They're looking at a first and goal from about the 9.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. Left, 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 left.
On first and goal, Howard. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Extra point attempt to come here. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Jackson on second down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And Watson has it right side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Jackson will throw again. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's Marquette King now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They go play action here on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You're going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On the run, this is Jackson. And an alley to run. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Now it's Jackson. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Out to the left here to Reed. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. First down, they run with Howard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Left, 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 left. Left, 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 left. Slow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football. Now, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. And they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
Left, 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 left.
this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Detroit!
On second down, here's Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Gun!
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Gun! Detroit! Gun!
On second down, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. Still fighting for more. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. They came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does the defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
To throw on second down, Jackson flushed out right. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Sturgis for the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. With that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Finding some room at midfield. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Left, 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 left. Left, 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 left.
Mahomes now on first down. He leaves this one for Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Past the 20. Gets this one to Hill. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Janikowski bangs it through. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes led a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Jackson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And Watson has it right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Watching now, Barney! Barney! Gone! 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 Watching now, Barney! Barney!
And Jackson throwing once more. Dancing to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Nice stiff arm. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for two. Now here's Mahomes. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this is caught by Jackson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 15 and a first.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. It's caught inside the 25. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they?
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go now.
On 3rd down, it's Jackson, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Buying time is left. Throwing deep for Galladay. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Nowhere, taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Aguilar has it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On the toss play, Howard. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They toss left to Howard, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Black 58 round. Ace, ace.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way, because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. They'll give it to him up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2 scores. Game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And they'll run it here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Green 90. Green 90.
Again to Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Ace, ace.
Now Howard. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Left, 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 left. Ace, ace. Check 31, check 31.
Again, it's Howard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how the pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Jackson to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Dante Fowler in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Left, 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 left.
Running with Howard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Steelers, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.